Greetings, fellow hunters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion. Episode 79, Butchery, Growing Pains. The first thing I want you all in chat to do is to vote on the rewards for the last two senators of the Central Republic. So here they are. Keta and the camp, we are going to be accepting for reward number 1. As you can see above my head. So we're going to get the plasteel grand sculpture, which is, well, pretty strange. I'm surprised you didn't vote for the gold, but hey, that's what got voted, so accept. The next one will be for Rice. Micus Rice wants us to go kill imps. And here are the rewards. So the first reward is a weapon, 2 pieces of armor, and uranium. And the second reward is just gold, and the third is goodwill. So, armor, statue, and gold. Oh, that's not true. Armor, weapon, and gold. Weapon, no, this all looks wrong. Hold on. Oh, what I wrote up got overwritten. Okay, cool. Thanks, polling. Fine. We'll do just 1, 2, 3. Simple 1, 2, 3. So first is 2 pieces of armor and a weapon, none of which I will likely use, with uranium, gold, or goodwill. Have you decided on that? And while you're deciding on that, I am going to continue the goal of trying to get the surrounding walls built. I also had a YouTube comment which pointed out that the Central Republic does not have like a water fountain, which is an issue I'm eager to solve. So here we have like marble basins that offer water that are somehow linked to beds. I don't know about that. So I guess these were screwed up. But yeah, I wanted some public water fountains in here. Maybe I'll put one right here. I mean, it's a perfect spot. Do we have plumbing in this spot? We do. Alright, perfect. It also seems to me that Juhu doesn't have wood for the torches in here. One of the issues that we're facing is as we expand, our wood demands go up and up and up. So all of these meat drying racks was a pretty remarkable amount of wood required, and it depleted our wood supply pretty badly. So we're working on fixing that, but it's an undertaking. It's hard to supply an enormous amount of wood in RimWorld. RimWorld was not well designed to scale up a colony that is still dependent on wood, as the travel time to cut them down continually increases, you know, as your demands go up, because you have to do a lot of hoofing it or pawing it, because we're werewolves. I could try to like quarry up coal, but the only worry that I have, my only reservation, or not only, but one of the reservations I have about that is if we try to quarry up coal, I would probably have to adjust the percentage chance to get coal from a general quarry, because we're going to end up getting like an enormous amount of like other things, iron and stones, and it's not like stuff that we necessarily want. So I got to be careful about just allowing them to crack at the quarry forever. All right, it seems to me like you early birds have made a decision. Reward number 2 of gold for Rice, and then the last one is Marin in the camp. The first one is statues in gold. The second one is weapons in uranium. And the third is goodwill. So these weapons actually might be usable. The uranium gladius has a melee DPS of 12.5. To put that in perspective, Darius, your gladius is the same. So it would be a weapon that we would potentially use. But we can also do with the plasteel sculpture. Oh, yeah. Wait, I feel like every time I look at this, it changes. No. Okay, so sculpture, terror sculpture. It's not a statue that we're gonna decorate with. A helmet and gold, or 2 weapons and uranium. So have you guys decided on that? I'll give you 5 minutes. And I'm gonna accept the other 2 senator quests. As much delayed as I can, so that we have time to do the first one. And taking a look at the first one, it is just to the north. 6 bandits, Ville of Shadows. And this is Catadathus's. So Catadathus, if we take a look at the senators, unlocks togas, which is actually quite important because the senators that we're currently hosting, their togas are sort of decaying. They are no longer above 50%, and as a result, we will definitely have a need to replace them. I'm also going to set up a full-time hauler, one of the impids. I'm going to consider some of the other impids as like full-time dedicated haulers, because we have a lack of hauling. So Cerise and Juhu are technically full-time haulers, as they are catering to the senators, and like this area here is completely devoid of like firewood, so there's a lot of work to be done for that. You know, when you consider all of the rice and hay and the second farm, there's just a lot of hauling work. So I think once Darius is done adding a water fountain here in the Central Republic's villa, I'm probably going to make a simple door here just to increase the speed at which we traverse to the south, because I think that's a bit of a bottleneck that we've been facing. Juhu, why are you hauling marble blocks? I think what I'll do here is the Central Villa slaves won't have access to the Horarium floor. They'll just go straight to the clothing storage and not stop anywhere in between. There also probably shouldn't be a scorpion turret there either. That's obviously some sort of clerical mistake. So down here... Oh, scorpions are allowed, and they're preferred. If this is masterwork? No. Yeah, I don't know why that's there. I wonder if it counts as a weapon for rebellion. Let's take a look. So 9 years, go in there. 2 years. Yeah, it's definitely a weapon for rebellion. Got it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's maybe because it's a deployable weapon. Like a mini turret. And as a result of it also being a mini turret, this is it in building form. Probably has something to do with that. So what I'll do is I'll just drop it in there and create a stockpile for scorpions in here on the floor. I don't want to bother figuring it out. In other words, just drop it on the floor. That seems to work. Come on, man. Settle down. Alright, so Darius made the water fountain. That's good. This plumbing was my next highest priority, so that the this meat processing room is heated. And then let's punch a hole in this wall for the gate. So the project of all the meat drying is just about done. And as a result, we can start mass hunting and turning that meat into jerky so it never spoils. Because right now we have a bit of a meat shortage. In fact, we have an insane meat shortage. So, let's group hunt. Yeah, the logistical supply for like late game large colonies that don't use spacer age tech becomes a lot harder to deal with as time goes on. Alright, so before I forget, let's go ahead and stick a uranium door in there. Darius is going to burn the midnight oil, although it's only 9 p.m., to get that done. Fighting a Megasloth at night in driving rain. Not exactly the most ideal weather conditions, but we are out of grills. And very soon that will trickle over to the senators as well, as they don't have a lot of spare food either. One of the issues that we'll have is because I've set up the food processing. Why are you there? I know why. Because I set up the food processing for the meat to be like all meat that we ever get forever gets jerkied. I have to probably micromanage doing the cooking so that we don't process this meat. One thing that I could do in a pinch is forbid these doors. This room hasn't had any of its drying racks queued up for ingredients. And in forbidding these doors, the meat won't then get hauled over there, allowing us to use it as cooking instead. Because I'd rather immediately fulfill our missing protein needs than make more jerky at this point. And I think what happened was our butchery got so full of fabrics that the animals weren't being hauled to the butcher zone. Because at this point, maybe our butchery is simply just too small. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, we're still eating bakes. Okay, well, I will work to fix our food shortage. As yeah, Maxis is starving, and I'm sure that's only going to spread. Once Lumi, Ray, and Gagu are home, I'll also potentially go out to the Catadathis quest location. Louie, thank you for the resub. I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself? I'm setting more people up as dedicated haulers. Rania, do you have any... You're a jogger? Oh, perfect. Dedicated hauler. Bowen should not be a hauler as they barely move. Maxis, why are you starving? Just, consume a bake. Did you, Oh, I see. You weren't allowed to eat the bake. Bebo is like working overtime overnight to try to remedy this. The other thing I could do now is the simple meals. Now that we have a lot of vegetarian again, is to switch back to veg. I had switched to meat once we had the corn blight, but the corn has regrown. We have 6,400 corn. So yeah, I think it's probably fine to use corn again for simple meals. Something tells me. Oh, hey, look at that. One imp was like, hey, give me your stuff. And I'm like, ha 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 ha. And then, of course, we do have to decide what we're doing with Lumi. Alright, they're going to try to fire breathe on me. So, I'll be putting up a poll in a minute about what to... Oh, you cut her head off. Alright. What to do with Lumi. Whether a slave or a citizen, that will be left up to you. And I just realized that the people in this caravan had their meals broken. Because I assumed everyone was home when I reset the meal allowances. So, fix that as well. Alright, we do have some senators that are, like, starving. Bebo has been working all night long trying to get the senators' foods out the door. I'm gonna let Bebo rest. They're hosting a bit of a party, which seems a bit premature given the, like, exhaustion and starvation, but, who am I to judge? And we're finally getting grills for our citizens now, because we don't eat the gourmet grills, so that's good. Alright, question. What do we do? Huh, where is that poll question? What to do with Lumi? Enslave, citizen. It's really just that simple. So here's Lumi again for reference. Lumi is a 21-year-old who can cook, social, shoot, melee. They will need to be converted to our ways. They have no health problems. They're a hunter. Give you 5 minutes to vote on that. And thank you for voting. I may want to consider shutting down guests for a bit until our meal situation is sorted. So Darzan, you are going to go do other things. Cut blocks from chunks seems fine. Mila wanted to convert Landoa. Landoa, you are going to be a slave, if I recall? Yes, it was you and 2 others, and the other 2... Yeah. It doesn't always go so well. Okay, Cerise just got fire spew, so let's spray some fire into this building, because, oh my goodness. Lung rot city in there. So, some of the dedicated haulers that we have around, I think we're doing like a decent job of cleaning everything up. I've been also micromanaging to try to free up the butchery, because I don't want the butchery like spreading into the streets. That doesn't make sense. Alright. Senators, you have meals waiting there? I think this should be up to 4 now. So Juhu, are you? I think Juhu's already hauling stuff. And I'm gonna forbid the quarry so that all the people quarrying up stuff are also now roped into hauling. Potentially. It does look like we're not quite out of the food backlog, but no one's starving. The senators up here have access to a decent amount of food. And drugs and the like. But yeah, we're still working on catching up. Oh, so Lumi, you don't actually... Yeah, we need to convert you. That's my fault. You also shouldn't be wearing that stuff. So let's fix all of that. You're going to be given perishable meals because it looks like you're going to be treated as a patrician for now. And then eventually you'll be given brawler or ranged stuff. Social drugs and medicine. So we'll let you keep your clothing, but you will need to go to prison first. Oh, that rotted. Shucks. Alright, I'm going to resolve that a little early, but it looks like a citizen. Cool. Ah, you are from the same tribe as Landoa. Feels bad. But you'll eventually be one of us, it's fine. For whatever reason, I don't see more. So stack limit of 4. But the meals limit is of 2. Okay. God, that mod. Note to self, never use it again. It's a headache. And we still don't even have wood here, despite this being a... Oh, is this not for wood? No, it's for wood. Yeah, despite this being a critical stockpile for wood. That's how far behind in hauling we are. We do, however, have the southern road built. I haven't been really looking over here. So it's nice to see that the southern road got some stuff done. And it looks nice, too. The eastern walls hasn't made a lot of progress. And some of the issues I think we're having is like, my cooks, for instance, are grabbing 4 ingredients at a time. So I'm just going to need to micromanage hauling to keep them efficient. One way to prevent that is... in our brewery, ingredient radius just shrinks. So that the ingredients have to be within a reasonable space of our brewery for the brewers to bother brewing. That way it's not just like running out, grabbing 4 leaves, running back, brewing, you know, because you'll end up making like 4 tea a day at that rate. Yeah, this is a lot more sensible. Cheers. Another thing I may want to do is if we... Well, I think what I'll do is I'll analyze whether or not we are struggling on providing desserts for the senators. Because right now I'm allowing berries to be used. Yeah, I should probably fix that. So, the veg meals. Let's not allow berries to reserve the berries specifically for senator food. I could also, because we're not allowing guests until we resolve some of our food issues, I'm just going to forbid baking and stewing so that we don't waste food doing that. Seems reasonable. So what I'm hoping to see is, without having to intervene and micromanage, like, wood hauling and the like, that food and wood stockpiles get refilled without my intervention. I don't think that's likely, but I'm hopeful for it anyway. And a lot of what our slaves are doing is they're hauling out bricks out to the wall. So even though it doesn't seem like our stocks are getting refilled, at least the construction projects are making progress. I'm gonna try something. What would our colony look like if I told everyone to haul? Just for a day. Like, National Haul the Stuff Please Day. I'm curious if there's... It's likely a situation where there's just, like, too much to haul. And the distance between where things need to be and where things need to go is too great. I'm guessing that's more the issue than not having enough dedicated haulers. It's just our city is too big. It's too and there's no solution to that, mind you. Alright, we do have a ritual opportunity of Vulcanalia in 21 hours, but I don't have a burn flag. A sacrificial altering flag. So, let's get one made. So after the afternoon of dedicated hauling, I see that some corn has made it into the kitchen. But I am not convinced much else got done. It's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. Although it is, like, I think we gained, like, 1,500 corn. So I take it back. A considerable amount of corn did get moved, I guess. And we're out of grills, so I'm telling the cooks in the colony to quit hauling and start grilling. Which they don't seem to be doing. Who's supposed to be doing that? Oh, Juhu, you don't cook. Yeah, so ignore that. Adele and Lillipore and Tranlanru. No, that's Joshua. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing some cooking now. A doe self-tamed. Alright, quest expires in 14 hours. This is Maringase. So... Oh my god, I pulled you on this. I think you voted for the gold? Can someone remind me? And Mass Murder, thank you for the resub. Down here, it was definitely the gold. Was it? Man, I should have... I need to, like, write this down. My brain just can't handle the amount of micromanagement required for this. Okay, yeah, the dedicated hauling is helping. For sure. So when I'm out and about looking for slaves, fast movers, joggers, impids, that should be high up on the priority, because it does seem like we just have a lack of work. Alright. Let's get out to the Catadathus raid. Mringase raid is down here, but the Catadathus raid is up here. It's 6 enemies. And we will send Gagu, Ray, and some other shooters. Bring pemmican and hay. Alright, send. And I'll adjust their meals once they're actually out on caravan. So it looks to me like none of the wood got hauled. Do we even have wood to be hauled? That's my other concern, is that my farmers are so busy doing farming. So I think I am going to stop sowing this field, as it's we don't have need of more corn at the moment, so that our plant cutters can cut trees, because I think we have a severe deficiency of regular old wood. As I see the torches aren't lit, and the brewery tables aren't yeah. Probably should have processed that meat, but oh well. Some of this might be, what, 3 days? 5 hours? So the meat in this room is going to be ready soon. And that will help too. The Caravaneers, the attack Legionnaires are heading out. Fulfilling Catadathus' wish. Alright, updating the priority. Fulfill the senator's wishes. Now the issue that I have is we don't even have wood right now. I may need to disallow cutting for these cornfields, just so that we can catch up on tree cutting, tree felling. I'm going to queue up a tree felling priority for the trees within the walls. I know they're not all grown, but we're going to have a different sort of food shortage if we don't have fuel to even cook with. That's weird. So the veg simple meal priority has us bringing it to the kitchen meals. Take to kitchen meals. But I just watched Bebo take it over here, which is not the shelf that I issued the order to. Bit of a head scratcher as to why that would be. I could only speculate. Maybe Bebo had put it on the shelf and then double moved it as a hauler. That's what I'll assume. So I'm hoping to appease the gods for Vulcanalia by burning a flag that I don't have wood for. So a plant cutter will be needed. Bebo, I know you're like busy cooking and all. Let's quickly get some trees felled so we don't piss the gods off. This wood is like immediately earmarked for other things, as I'm sure you saw. The moment we cut it down, someone went to go grab it for some other task. Which is fine, I'll just keep cutting it, but there we go. The whole point of this was so that we had wood for the flag for Vulcan. Alright, there we go. So now we can have a Vulcanalia. Let's do it. Slaves will not be invited. But everyone else will. Slaves can keep working. So the bakes and stews are decaying away, which is totally fine. That was expected. Vulcanalia was fun, and as a result, a wanderer named Lacey has joined. We'll accept. Take a look at her. She's 60. She's a fast walker, iron-willed gourmand with a stab scars to both her legs and arm. Nasty ones, too. That's a lot of manipulation and movement speed loss. And she can cook and hunt, I guess. So she's a fast walker, but she walks at slower than normal speed due to her leg injury. She's also a stripper. That's good. What to do with her? Enslave or citizen? Have you guys vote? She is of our ideology, so she wouldn't need to be imprisoned if she's going to remain a citizen. If you want her to be a slave, then she will need to be imprisoned and will broken. But you guys decide. We are very close to the Impid camp that we were issued orders to deal with. I also see an opportunity to do some mass hunting, so let's get that done too. Ooh, wow, those castle walls are all sorts of messed up. As is our home zone. It's not very sporting to use war turrets against hunting targets, but we're hungry, man. Alright, we also just arrived, so I have two fights at once. We just arrived at the enemy camp. They're all melee, so I just need to keep away from them. So there is a... There is a Muffalo that broke through. Nabla hopped on a turret and is dealing with it. Our other group, how fares it? Let's bunker down behind the stones and see about putting these enemies to shame. Okay, that one's dead. Thank you, Nabla. We'll haul the muffalo, and that should help with the meat. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 15th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Lycan.